black guy. Hello, how may I help you?
Hey, Habibi, look, my hang low ain't working like it's supposed to. You got any of them sex pills?
May I randomly suggest one of these generic products?
Nah.
You should take the A game, little bro.
Bling bling for the ding ding.
Nah.
You shouldn't be taking that poison, little bro. Here, try one of mine.
Yes, right.
A game will make a girl give you her credit card number.
It is very true.
Plus, it's an all-natural solution for men. Not like these gas station pills gonna make your manhood shrivel up and fall off.
Oh my golly, he's right. A game is an all-natural solution for men. And you take it and it give you energy and libido and your vitality will be out the roof.
I feel it kicking in already. I'm gonna go home and show my girl.
Okay, but don't forget to drink 16 to 32 ounces of water.
Hey, baby.
Ooh, look who brought their A game.
And the A is for apocalypse, cause I'm about to blow your back up. Ow!
Ooh, I love it when you bring your...
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello everyone. How's everybody doing today? Are we doing fine? We doing okay? We doing okay? Are we doing fine? Because that B Simone chick triggered me with MLK. And thank you for the early super chats, Fear to None and Kendra said my donation to this hyena roast session. Do we need to bring side dishes or some drinks or something? I've been missing out on carbs. You can bring a little bit of potato salad. A little bit of potato salad. I like a little mustard in my potato salad. I kind of like mustard potato salad. Oh, you're not doing okay, most benevolent? I'm sorry to hear that. Whatever is going on, may the Most High make it easy on you. Because this isn't even just about her, right? Specifically, because, I don't want to spend no whole hour talking about her in particular. But what I do want to talk about, we are going to touch the MLK thing. We're going to touch that. We're going to touch the whole situation of, the infidelity, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're going to touch that. Because they getting that from a movie, right? They getting that from that Selma movie. Everything they think about a black man come from a movie somehow, some way. Because unless somebody can point it out to me, I have never heard the late Coretta Scott King confirm that. I've never heard that in any interview or anything like that. I've never heard, and she would be the only one that I believe, because it was her marriage and she would have been there. So if she didn't come out and say, yeah, that was something that we went through in our marriage, if she never came out, somebody's going to have to give me an interview clip of her saying it was true. Other than that, we not going on some hearsay. Objection, Your Honor, hearsay, in the words of Miss Camille, over some stuff that the FBI gave in order to break him down from the inside, to use his family to turn that against him so that he would be weak, to enter in through his wife so that she would get in her feelings and then break that family up based on a rumor, based on intel that the enemy would give them. Now, you got to be a fool to trust some intel that your enemies give you, as if they got your best interest in heart and in mind. Thank you, Travis, for sponsoring the show. Said, this is how the queens talk about men in general. Elvis movie coming out, but white women ain't bashing Elvis. Can't rely on no intel that your enemies give you, because they are not giving you that intelligence in order to help you. They are giving you intelligence in order to break you, and in hopes that you would get so deep down in your feelings that you would be the one to initiate the break of the marriage. Thank you, Dane. Hey, how you doing, sweetheart? Okay. I would find Malcolm X stepping out on Betty even more improbable, given his Islamic teaching. That's even more improbable. especially given the fact that Islam actually promotes polygyny. So if you wanted more than one, he could have had more than one. And Betty wouldn't have been able to say nothing about it anyways. She probably would have agreed or found him a second wife. But see, sometimes men don't have time for that. Sometimes they don't have time for that. It be so many other things going on in their lives that they don't have time. They really legit, they don't have time. Thank you, Jesse. We like to besmirch black men's legacies. Even maggles and simps. I keep telling y'all I'm going to do a show on maggles and simps. I really got to nail down. It's just other stuff keep coming up that I need to speak on at the moment. But we're going to talk about how maggles and simps help out the sisterhood. Thank you, Aunt Jessie. Thank you, Kay. So that info on Dr. King wasn't given in good faith. No. Because see, the thing about it is, it don't matter to me whether MLK stepped out on his marriage or not. That doesn't matter to me. And in point of fact, it don't matter to none of us. It's just T. Whether you believed it to be true, you didn't believe it to be true, or you give room for maybe it was true, maybe it wasn't, blah, 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 blah. Who was affected by it? Which one of us? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you was affected by whether or not MLK had an extramarital affair. I'll wait. Because we like to hear dirt on our own. We like hearing the dirt. We like that dirt. We would love for some irreparable damage and dirt to come out about MLK to completely erase his legacy. We would love some dirt to come out about Malcolm to completely erase his legacy. We love that. Black people is about the only people that I know of and am aware of that would advocate for such dirt to come out. See, other people hide the dirt of those whom they consider great and want other people to consider great. They hide the flaws of their leaders. They hide the flaws of the people that they consider to have been the heroes of their race and of their historical contribution. They hide them shortcomings. They do everything to dispel any rumors about their shortcomings. Thank you, Jesse said Hoover hated MLK with a passion, and he would have used that tape to destroy his image, but he didn't because it wasn't true. That's the danger of black people. Nothing is sacred to us. We secretly want to bring down Malcolm and Martin, and I wouldn't be surprised if you hear some hyenas talking about how Emmett Till deserved it, or he wasn't going to do nothing but grow up and be a dusty, so he probably deserved. Well, I don't put nothing past the hyenas, male or female, to besmirch and degrade the legacies of black men, because not only are we expected to do so, we're encouraged to do so. We're encouraged to look for, we like exposing our own, the expose, the truth about this such and such person and the truth about that such and such person. Any one of us that rises above the ranks, especially those of us who give their time, their energy, their spirit, their money, their heart to black people, to uplift black people, we specifically target those to bring them down. We target them. We look for the flaw in those people. We look for the shortcomings of those people. We search for that so that we can so we can feel better, I guess, about ourselves. I don't know what kind of self-destructive crap that is. That we like doing that with each other. We like finding the dirt on people who haven't done anything to us other than try to help us. Because we got some type of savior complex. We got some type of, in order to help us as black people, you got to be basically Jesus. You got to basically be God. You got to basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have no dirt. You cannot be a human being. You have to transcend humanity to be black and help black people. Because if you have any flaw at all, whether it be considered big or small, then we use that as an excuse to dismiss an entire body of work. And for a group of people that want perfection in leadership, we sure be on demon time, because we will not follow the Lord. We won't follow the Lord. If you want perfect leadership without a single flaw, without a single shortcoming, without a single sin, then we need to be the most devout people on the face of the planet. Thank you, great nation. Say the same hyenas will be the one praising Bill Clinton for getting topped in the Oval. Exactly. We love the expose. We want to find dirt on sisters like Shahrazad Ali. We want to find dirt on sisters like Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. But you don't find black men digging up dirt on them sisters, whether they like their message or not, whether they agree or not. As bad as Oprah's messages have been and damaging as that has been to the black community, you don't even really find black men digging up all the dirt on her. But what you will find is black women digging up and destroying the legacies of black men in the main three areas of biology, culture, and environment. And that's what we really gonna talk about today. Thank you, Alpha Sigma. We like dirt on our own people. That's one of the most disgusting things I have ever witnessed or known about our people. We love that stuff, man. We love it, man. We love bringing down our own heroes. We don't need white people to do it. We really don't. We really don't, because we'll do it. We'll get around to it. We'll get around to destroying them. We'll get around to tarnishing their image. We liked it when them women brought up that stuff about Bill Cosby, because before that, his image was squeaky clean. So we liked it. We liked that dirt. We liked that. We sink our teeth into that stupid stuff. We don't need white people to do that. So here's how we destroy, how black women like to destroy. They like destroying black men's legacies. Because that destruction of the legacy that black women like to do, and they're getting more and more emboldened as time goes on to do so, is more dangerous to the black community than any recent act or event of white survivalism. The destruction of the legacy is central and integral to the destruction of a people in totality, and black women by and large engage in this destruction in all three phases and is complicit in white survivalism. Thank you again, Dane. Said black people trust in Hoover's FBI. Exactly. So biologically, the biological destruction of black male legacy comes mainly in the form of deleting fetuses, scrubbing out fetuses. It's the biggest act of genocide that has gone on in recent decades to black people. The genocide has happened in the wombs of so-called black women. The most dangerous place for a black child is in the womb of its mother. Because we have to survive even being conceived. We have to survive conception with her. It's the largest destruction of legacy, to destroy the physical seed of life that is planted by black men. It removes generations of human beings to pass on a culture or a legacy to. So black women destroy the legacies of black men biologically through destroying their children, thus getting rid of or diminishing future generations to even pass on a legacy to them. So destroy it in two ways. Black women have led the charge in deleting fetuses among every demographic of women ever since it was made legal to do so. It is no longer a grave consideration that women do, that women have to think about, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm in this situation, wow, I done let myself get caught up. Man, let me pray on it or something. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me really, really think about, because this is a big thing. This is not a small decision. This is not a weightless decision that I'm thinking about, to even think about, to even contemplate getting rid of your child. Used to be this really, really grave, serious, life-altering decision that women made, and they didn't make it lightly. They didn't used to make it lightly, be it due to religious beholdings or cultural beholding or whatever the case may have been. Women used to take that decision very, very gravely. It was not light, it was heavy. Now it's retroactive birth control. It's retroactive birth control at this point. Black women don't even think about preventing the pregnancy if that's what it's gotta come to. They only think about getting rid of it after it takes place. This is the problem. Yeah, Jason, that's we going to the chop shop. The chop shop. That means when a female say that, that means she going to a Planned Parenthood clinic. So despite the fact that all of the rights have been handed over legally, environmentally to women about reproduction, it's still like the man's fault if she get pregnant. And so if it's still the man's fault if she get pregnant, then it can't be her fault when she decide to get rid of it. So they lead the charge and they unapologetic about it. Most of these GMO females, shout out to Danica Marie, most of these GMO females are highly unapologetic about getting rid of it. I showed you clips. They be dancing, they be twerking, all in the medical office before getting the procedure done. They be happy about it. They use it after the fact as like, punishment or something, whatever. Headed off to these Planned Parenthood clinics after. This is all after all of the evidence. Thank you, Roger Report. How you doing? All of the factual information is well documented about Planned Parenthood as an integral part of the eugenics program / ideology which was started by Margaret Sanger. She didn't start eugenics, but she implemented Planned Parenthood is what I'm saying. This information is both widely known and easy to get to. It has been proven as fact. This is not a theory. This is not an opinion. This is not maybe. This is not a conspiracy. That's what it is. That was what Planned Parenthood started out as. It's part of the eugenics program. It was part and parcel of a so-called slick way to get black women to diminish their own numbers of their own people so that white people didn't have to put their hands on it. Because they know that if they put their hands on it, it would be called what it is, which is a genocide. But they make you commit your own. They give you the resources and the situation and the circumstance so you'll pull your own trigger. Thank you, Ismail the Great. You pull your own trigger. You hang yourself. And if you put the rope around your own neck and jump off the table, how can I be charged with your murder? I can't, because you did it on your own. All the evidence points to you got the rope, you slung it over, you put it on your own neck, you jumped off the table. Just because I told you to do it don't mean you had to do it. So I'm not culpable. So the genocide is being committed by black women in the womb so that white people don't have to be culpable about it. So that they are free and clear of any responsibility or any attachment to it at all. You cannot say that they're committing genocide when no one has a gun to black women's heads to make them go in that clinic. All they did was suggest that this might be a good idea. You did it. This is just like what Shaitan do. This is exactly the methodology of Shaitan to get you to commit all kinds of sin and indecency. He just suggested to you. He just suggested. He just keep coming at you with all of these reasons why you should do it and why it's a good idea and why it would be good for you. But he don't make you do it. He don't have a gun to your head about it. I mean, I'm just real persuasive like that. That's all. The Arabic term for it is waswas, which literally means to whisper something, to whisper it. Thank you, Selma. It said that on the day of judgment, the Shaitan will be giving a bayan. He'll be giving a speech at the gates to Jahannam to all the people who were condemned to it and telling them, I didn't make you do nothing. You can't blame me for what you wanted to do. You wanted to do that stuff. I merely suggested it. You did it. You disobeyed Allah's orders. Allah gave you orders. Allah made you a promise, and I made you a promise, and Allah's promise was true and mine was false. That's on you. Allah told you that information from the beginning. You didn't believe it. You wanted to do what you wanted to do, and all I did was lay it out before you, and you did it. So you can't blame me for your punishment, because you put yourself in the trick bag. That's what it is. That's what this is. That's what Planned Parenthood even is. Listen, we gonna make it legal. We gonna make it accessible. And if you do it, I mean, okay. And we gonna put all of these reasons up as to why it's a good idea, how it can help you. But then, I mean, after that, what you want me to do? I mean, we ain't coming into your house, doing pregnancy tests and making you come down. I mean, that you grown, ain't you? Ain't you over 18? Ain't you, you can consent to all this stuff on your own? Okay. Well, I mean, you can't blame me. That's the setup. So let me go to this commercial break. Let us relax and unwind. Go get your libations for the commercial. And we will be right back and finish cooking. All right.
See, wherever I go, stay ready. Stay alert. Always prepared for whatever. I'll see you. Here's a seat right here. To see from all angles. I'm ready. It's time to get down to business. Game time.
Hi, honey. I know you just made it to the library, but love of my life, my hero, my lion, you forgot your A game. So come home, take it, and then you can go and conquer the world, black man. Oh, and one more thing. Would it kill you to just wear some socks? I'm just saying. Love you. And can you bring home some milk?
Oh, man. She be killing me. Okay, I'll go back. I'm gonna get my A game. I'm not putting them socks on. I'm good. I'm fly. I'm fresh. I'm gonna stop at 7-Eleven and get some milk.
All right, we back. And I like that commercial. I like the whole premise of that commercial. Him sitting down like he really about to get something done, and her interrupting the whole plan like, and get some milk. And put some socks on. and come take your A game, because I don't know why you even left the house without it. So you got a whole list of things that I don't know who told you to pull up at this library without doing all that stuff. Who told you to pull up at the library with no A game, no socks? We need milk. So let's continue on with culturally. Now we can talk about the MLK B. Simone situation, since it's the most recent, right? And we can even throw in the whole Kevin Samuels thing, although I think it's kind of been beat to death a little bit, but it's still within this conversation that we're talking about. This is also done unapologetically to recharacterize black men who have historically been recognized as the heroes and or the martyrs of the black community and the causes of black people. Now, people have had their critique of Martin Luther King's approaches, his approach to civil rights, whether or not we should have fought segregation and all of that type of stuff. Now, if you want to have an intellectual discussion about whether or not segregation was a good idea, not a good idea, whether or not, you know what I'm saying, he should have done that or whatever the fact may be, that conversation can be maybe in some way productive or whatever. It does. In other words, that kind of conversation doesn't have to be disrespectful to the man himself. Although that conversation is still what I would call Monday morning quarterbacking. Monday morning quarterback. Okay? Because those of us who would even have some type of something to say about his approach versus Malcolm's approach or whatever, we weren't going through any of that during that time. We were not adults. Even if we were born, we weren't going through that. It's only so many people that's still here that actually were adults at the time of going through the civil rights movement and all of those sorts of things. Okay? So that's still Monday morning quarterbacking. Whether or not we should have got into segregation, that could have went either way. Because when we were segregated, don't tell me that they wasn't bothering us, that they wasn't coming into our neighborhoods and into our businesses, destroying them, leaving us with not another way to rebuild because resources were so restricted, our mobility restricted. So that argument can go either way. I didn't see segregation as begging white people to be in their space. That was more of we need mobility. Since we have to be here, we don't have another way back to the continent of Africa. And even if we did, most of us don't have any ties there anymore. We don't have the cultural tie anymore. That was severed. Thank you again, Ismail. So remember the Gayle King, Kobe Bryant thing where she tried to slander his legacy. That ticked a lot of people. Yeah, the whole Kobe Bryant thing. As soon as that man, that they had not even finished investigating the crash site before black women was on social media laughing at the fact that him and his daughter was killed in a helicopter accident, all because his wife wasn't one of you hyenas. Talking about all that crap about the dark mother and that's what he get and all that kind of stuff. Want to try to ruin that man. Laughing at him after he was gone. They couldn't wait to hit the live button. It was disgusting. Black women keep being disgusting. And then wanting somebody to talk to them sweet and talk to them nice and approach them with a certain tone and approach them with a certain energy and come to them with love when they ain't got no love in their heart for nobody. They laughed at that man and his daughter. And that baby ain't did nothing to them, and neither had Kobe. All Kobe Bryant was doing was living his life the best way he saw fit. Mad at that woman, mad at Vanessa for upholding her husband's legacy, for upholding the empire that he built. Now one of you hyenas would have done it. You wouldn't have been able to upkeep it. You wouldn't even wanted to upkeep it. And the way Vanessa is handling Kobe's estate and handling herself in the media and handling the children and family business and things like that in a public way, she's handling it with a lot of class. With a lot of class. And what she doing is showing the quality of woman that she is. Any man would be lining up to marry her now. Any man would be lining up to marry her. Because what, it's been like 2 years since Kobe was died in that crash. Wasn't it like in 2019, 2020 that he passed away in that crash? Didn't have no sympathy for that woman that lost her husband. That's because half of y'all don't know what it means to lose a husband, because you don't even know what it means to gain one, let alone lose one. And what that woman went through and still going through, I guarantee you she's still going through it. I don't care if she got a little, you know what I'm saying, a relationship or something like that she might be keeping under wraps or something. Yeah, it's been like 2 years. So she may or may not. She might not have a relationship. It would not be abnormal for her to not have a relationship right now. Because it's a lot of healing you got to do when your husband passed away, especially sudden. It wasn't like he was sick and you saw it coming. He left one day, you expecting him to come back and y'all got plans and y'all gonna do this, that, and the third. And then the next thing you know, he gone. And your baby. Your husband and your baby. Same day. They had no empathy for that woman. Couldn't wait to get online and talk crazy about a man that hadn't done nothing to none of them. He didn't even know you existed. And you had some foolishness to say. So they do it to every black man. What it proves is that for these hyenas, there is no accomplishment, there is no status, there is no area for any black man's life, whether alive or dead, that is safe from any random black woman belittling him based on whatever she deems is a criteria she should base it on. And mind you, these are women who have not accomplished anything in life, not even halfway to the men that they criticizing. And the men that they trying to ruin their legacy through. These women have not done any of that. Nothing. Nothing of worth. Nothing of note. They have not positively changed anybody's life. They have not gotten any type of spiritual purpose that they are going through the world trying to help nobody or nothing. Thank you, Philip. Said, ask the hyenas what they have done for the community or anyone except for themselves. They're ridiculous, so no one expects anything higher from them. Exactly. Exactly. You ain't did nothing for nobody. But tear down when you get in charge, you become a Patrice Cullors. When somebody give you some power, you steal from the black community. Let's talk about Patrice Cullors' legacy since we talking. When you get in charge, when you get a moment, you steal from the black community. You cut throats in the black community. You step on everybody in the black community. That's what you do. You got to reach all the way back to Harriet Tubman somewhere to get to a black woman that was really trying to do something. In recent history, the Shahrazad Ali, Auntie Shahrazad, and Auntie Dr. Frances Cress Wilson, y'all talk crazy about them women. Y'all talk crazy about them women. And them women have done nothing. They doing the same thing that a Harriet Tubman was doing, trying to free you from some slavery that you want to be in. Trying to open your eyes to what's going on around you, and you study shutting them. They open them and you close them. Thank you, Clarence. Said a lot of black men are sleeping with the enemy and don't know it. They need to wake up. Wake up. Because these hyenas is much more dangerous than any white supremacists. Thank you again, Philip. So what we have here is that only black men need to be held to standards of perfection before even being given basic respect. This is a destruction within the culture, and black women are guilty by and large, because I only be seeing y'all really doing it. Y'all got y'all little maggles doing it too. But when I say I only see y'all doing it, again, I don't see large contingents of black men just picking out historical black women to pick apart and expose her and degrade her. Angela Davis was a whole feminist. I don't like her. But you still don't see black men, you know what I'm saying, going through her whole life to try to degrade her in front of everybody. So when we talk about the image of black men, when we talk about the appearance value of black men, we got black women to thank for, at least in part, we got black women to thank for the bad appearance value of black men, because it be black, these so-called female. Thank you for co-sponsoring the show, NS. So thanks for bringing out the truth. The community needs to hear this. All praises. Thank you so much. We got a lot of these GMO females, shout out once again to Danica for the term, out here belittling black men's image on public platforms unsolicited. Unsolicited. Nobody, absolutely nobody asked them no questions. And they couldn't wait to get online to talk crap about MLK. Couldn't wait to get online to talk about Kevin Samuels. And all he was doing was giving them dating advice and relationship advice and telling them how they could improve and where they was going wrong at. Thank you, Don C. That's all he was doing. Telling black women where they was really going wrong at and how to get better outcomes. And they was out for blood with that man. Literally couldn't wait to get online to show how ugly they were. It ain't a 30-inch glueless wig in invention that can cover how ugly you are. The makeup that it would take to cover how ugly you are does not even exist. You can put on all the nails and hair and lashes that you want to, and you're still ugly. So the besmirching of black men's legacies culturally is not only acceptable, it's encouraged. We look for, again, like I said, we look for the dirt. We look for the dirt of our men. Doing these things is once again central to the aim of white survivalism against black people in general and black men specifically, right? Thank you, Chano. Said went to go to be Simone channel real quick to hear the delusional narc mindset. I feel sorry for anyone listen to a whole podcast. Yeah, I can't listen to no whole set of drivel. Brain flip upside down. If you want to do an online lobotomy, go listen to one of these hyenas talk for an extended amount of time. You'll come away with drool off the side of your mouth. Thank you again. Ismail said it's the thing that a lot of black men, including me, don't care to dig in black women's history. I'm more worried about the here and now. Exactly. Thank you, Terenzo. Said this mindset reveals these females don't even have loyalty to themselves at all, regardless of what black men do, for anyone who would try turning my words around. So like I said, if you want to commit a self-induced online lobotomy, just go to one of these hyenas podcast, a page or whatever, and listen to them talk for an extended amount of time. That would be 15 minutes or more in one shot. And you will come away, having been dumber for your efforts. A little drool will be running. You understand what I'm saying? You'll have a dazed, you feel me? And the reason why these things are cornerstone to the destruction of the black community is to remove the natural leadership from the community. Because when black men are weakened all around, the position of black people is also weakened. No leadership for the community means little to no opposition to white survivalism overall. So then to go on and to retroactively slander black men that we have considered great is a direct blow to black people and any and every significant contribution to the advancement of black people as a whole. This is the lost value system, aka white survivalism, aka the American nightmare. Black women like doing this stuff. Let's talk the environment. Things like the child support issue, along with the level of paternity fraud that is committed, is it's astronomical. This is also a destruction of black men's legacy. It leads to the stats falsely reflecting that the majority of black men are bad, absentee, or neglectful fathers. And it robs men of any wealth he has or may have gained or accumulated in his lifetime just in order to pass that same money along to the state. This is the money that he could have given to his children had he been unharassed and had his pocket been unmolested. So anything that he has dies with him. No generational wealth at all can even be accumulated, let alone passed on, because generational wealth means that somebody in a previous or current generation has to at least start the ball rolling so that 2, 3, 4 generations down, we're actually preserving wealth that had been accumulated several generations before. But we are unable to do that because black women use the environment. Black women use the legal systems, policies in place, laws in place, in order to rob the future, even the future of their direct children. Because when you put a man on child support rather than attempt to co-parent with him, and even before that, you didn't, if you had attempted to have an actual relationship or marriage or commitment with him before you had a baby, half of you wouldn't even be in that mess to begin with. But let's move past that on to what it is, not what it should be. You get the state involved before you ever even attempt to have a conversation with the father and say, listen, we can co-parent like this, we can co-parent like that, because for you, it's not about the co-parenting. And you don't mind the state robbing that man of all his money just so you can get $200 a month. You're not even thinking about what you robbed your child from. That is a destruction of legacy. Because now that child got to start from scratch. And this could have been a working Joe, or this could have been a wealthy man. Doesn't matter. He can't hardly keep his job or save any money or invest in anything because the state got his hand got their hand in his pocket through you. So what is he supposed to do? For 18 years. Now, this is regardless now in some states of whether or not he's the actual father, which is why I put child support and paternity fraud in the same sentence. See, the state will rob him whether that child he is or not. All y'all got to do is put names on birth certificates. And in some states, whether he produced a DNA test or not is irrelevant. They still gonna make him pay child support, even retroactively. The child can be grown on their own, don't need him for financial support, and y'all will still go file retroactive child support and put that man in a whole herd of trouble. He could be in the middle of building a business. He could have been in the middle of doing anything that actually would have supported his children in the future. Himself, his children, all that. Y'all will destroy a black man's legacy, then come through and talk about he on build. How he gonna build when you come by and destroy it as he make it? Legacy is part of that building. Black men don't build. Neither do you. He needs to fight and get custody for his kids. Why he gotta fight you? Nobody never want to answer that question. Why is he fighting you? Why? What's going on with you that there's a fight for him to keep his legacy intact when that's your job as a woman to keep his legacy intact? And that's the part right there. That's your job as a woman. This is what we talking about. That last thing is passing on culture. The keeping of legacy is tied to that, because who you gonna pass on a culture to if you destroy the legacy? Who you passing culture to if you destroy the very legacy that needs to be intact to pass the culture to? You destroy the physical kids. You destroy the physical baby. So black women like to ruin the legacies of any and all black men. No, the greater he is assumed to be, the more they itch to destroy, to discredit, to besmirch, to disregard his legacy, to mischaracterize him, to cast him in a negative light in whatever way that they want to cast him in a negative light. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Robert. They like to use cheating because cheating for the hyenas is somehow the cardinal sin that a man can do. I really don't understand that when y'all cheat just as much or more than the men do. Why is that such a cardinal sin to y'all? He cheated. Well, what is that really supposed to mean? That y'all diminish the whatever negative consequences that actually has. It's diminished because y'all always squawking about it. And it really loses its power. You know why I don't pay no attention to that cheating narrative that hyenas like to talk about? Put a 1 in the chat. You want to know why I don't pay that no attention. I don't pay that no attention. The reason why I don't pay that cheating no attention is because like more than half of y'all ain't never even been in a marriage or a committed relationship or a relationship at all. So how you can't get cheated on? You can't get cheated on. Y'all are not in these sanctified, holy marriages. Y'all ain't no holy matrimony. You the first one to disrespect the relationship. Thank you, Samuel. So I don't understand how y'all complain so much about being cheated on when you got the lowest marriage rate of any woman in America. Cheating on you how? He cheat how? How do he cheat? How? Cheating how? Cheating how? You got to be in a relationship. You got to be in a marriage before the concept of adultery can enter into the conversation in the first place. And it's like 80% of y'all ain't married. So these men is not cheating on you. These men is just being with you and then they going on to the next one or whatever because that's what's going on with y'all. You like thought culture, don't you? Don't you want to be sexually free and you don't want to be encumbered and held down by no man and the expectations of relationships and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you're not getting cheated on. Only married women have to be concerned, perhaps, with whether or not their husband broke the vow. And these men ain't made no vow to you. They ain't said nothing to you but a word. Girl, hey, how you doing? What that thing do? And you had your heels up to the heavens before it was 7 o'clock that night. That man ain't cheated on you. He ain't made you not a damn promise. Girl, if you don't knock it off. Anyway, but for the women who are married, who men did make them a promise, we can help make a promise too. We make a promise to help him get on his A game, his A game, his A game. The transition. So we helping men get on their A game. And how are we doing that? What we're doing is we're looking out for his overall health because that's what A game does. A game helps a man's vitality, his energy, his strength, and his libido by increasing the blood flow in his body so that he can actually be more productive. He can be more efficient. He can think clearer. He can do everything that he needs to do in his day better than he can do it before. Okay, so what you want to do to get on your A game is you want to hit the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com, and you don't want to forget your 10% discount using the code Kendra10, and then you can have this little box of awesomeness delivered to you ASAP. This is a wonderful, wonderful product with A+ customer service. The customer service for this is off the chain. Okay, some of the best customer service you're going to get from anywhere for any product or service. Okay? So what I want to do before we sign off and I start thanking everybody, I want to draw attention once again to the petition that we have going against Black Lives Matter. I am so very happy for everyone who signed, everyone who shared, everyone who contributed money in order to promote the petition so that we can really get some momentum behind it and start making some changes and start holding the Black Lives Matter organization responsible and accountable for what they have done to the donated money. So just go into the description box and hit the link for that. Sign, share. I'll be so thankful to you all for doing that. I want to thank everyone for coming through, for hitting the like button for me. I have not given y'all a dance in so long. Okay, so on your way out, hit the like button. Bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to okay, I have not done a dance for y'all in like so long. So in any case, I want to thank everyone who contributed to the show and sponsored the show through Super Chat, through Cash App, through PayPal, and a very warm thank you to my support team, without which I could not bring you this content. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.